Hey guys, here's that second game I was telling you about. It's going to be a ladder game this time between Sandvale Dugtrio. No clue who that is. Probably somebody on Nalt, and it could be just about anybody, good, bad, or indifferent. But the real reason I picked this game is because it's got Drake Seawood in it. One of my oldest Pokemon friends, great guy, and somebody that I try to get on the channel when I can. He doesn't play a ton these days, but I like to have him on when I'm able to do so. So here he is on the ladder against a mystery opponent. Hopefully this is a decent game as well. So Sandvale Dugtrio, which again is an alt and could be damn near anybody, is on the bottom, and we've got Metagross on the top for Drake Seawood. Fortress Switch comes in, and it's an immediate turn 1 Meteor Mash. Does connect, but does not find the attack raise. Safe here from anything other than Hidden Power Fire, which the meta does not have, though he does get an attack raise. And there is Spike's Lair number 1. Fortress probably not going to want to stay in here forever. Bulky Water Switch is the probable thing. And here comes Swampert. Takes a lot there. 43% from Earthquake. Meteor Mash attack raises are so powerful and so relevant, especially early on. It just sets you up for such a good little tempo play. Puts the opponent on the back foot from early on. It just really, really pushes the advantage right out the gate. And there's another powerful Earthquake. Metagross completely safe here from anything other than a crit. As it turns out, that Earthquake, even if it had crit, would not have killed, but it does not, and the Metagross still very healthy here. It might be a bulky Metagross, in fact, for how well it took that Earthquake. And he's threatening to kill Pert here. Pert is definitely not going to survive another Earthquake, and he does not. Down goes the bulky water for Sandvale Dugtrio. Drake takes an early lead, but that's going to be negated by the Dugtrio. So we're going to find ourselves with a 5-5 situation. Drake actually probably a little bit behind because Sandvale Dugtrio with the Fortress did manage to get that one layer of spikes down. Whether or not Drake can remove that, we don't know. He's only shown the one Pokemon, the Metagross. And Drake has fished for Protect Lefty's healing. He did get the 50-50 Protect. He should still die to Dugtrio, even though he's a bulky meta from 81%. And indeed, he does go down. But he did waste a little extra Earthquake PP from the Dugtrio in the process. So we've got a 5-5. Here's Gengar. Dugtrio is locked on EQ, gets out of the way. Almost certainly it's going to be a Pursuit Tower since it's paired with Fortress, but he doesn't have Lum, we find out. Hypnosis connects, and he's not going to wake. He doesn't go for Pursuit on the way out, and he doesn't even try to wake up. He goes to Blissey here, which may have Heal Bell or Aromatherapy to wake up the T-Tower. That is yet to be determined, but Drake also has a Fortress here. Gengar comes in to block a potential Rapid Spin. That does not occur. It is simply Spikes, so both players are going to have one layer down. Full team revealed bottom side. Standard 4E TSS for Sandvale Dugtrio. Unknown for Drake. Relatively similar teams for both players, but there was that Metagross for Drake that the Sandvale Dugtrio guy does not have. Will-O-Wisp connecting here. This also might be Pursuit Tower. We find out on this turn that it is. Gengar goes to pull it back. He eats the big Pursuit on the way out, but here's Dugtrio looking for that kill, and T-Tower should be well in range of an Earthquake knockout. Gengar was severely damaged on the way out, but it does live to fight another day, and Drake will lose his T-Tower. So we've got ourselves a 4-5 situation with Sandvale Dugtrio in the lead. Gengar comes in. There's a Blissey waiting on the other side. Is there a Focus Punch? Is there a double switch? It is a double switch for Drake. He takes the opportunity to get Fortress in. That's safe from anything other than a Flamethrower or a Fire Blast from this Blissey. Sing there is a little bit obnoxious. I don't think he was expecting that. It's not backbreaking, but it's going to shut the Foray off and prevent it from spiking up, which is what Drake wanted to do. The fact that it is a Sing Bliss makes me wonder if this is an Asta or a Lanier alt. I know both of them very high on that Pokemon. Gengar coming in here, and Fortress is going to remain asleep. Gengar very low, and like I said, remarkably similar teams for these guys. They both have the same core of at least 4 Pokemon, and the last poke for Drake is probably a water. It's probably just Swampert or Milo. I would think it could be Coon, but it's probably just a water, so remarkably similar teams here. Blissey comes in, blow up on the nurse's face, as I like to say. Gengar blows on the nurse's face, all over her. Something like that. And the Blissey's going to go down in conjunction with the Dugtrio. So, got ourselves a 3-4 last poke unrevealed for Drake, but like I said, I suspect that it is simply a bulky water of some kind or another. It looks to me like Drake is not in a good place. Sandvale Dugtrio, in my opinion, has the advantage right now. Forey and Dougie have some damage on them, but not a ton. And other than that, there's not too much that you could argue for Drake being ahead, unless his last poke is in fact something unexpected, like a sweeper, like a DD Tar, or sorry, a DD Mence rather, or a Gyra, or something like that. Because now that the bulky water, the Swampert, is out of the way for Sandvale Dugtrio, it is possible that a setup sweeper could clean up the game for Drake, but almost certainly it is just a water. If it's Coon, if it's Combine Rest Coon, that changes things, and that could actually be very good here. But if it is just a Swampert or a Milo, which it very well could be, I don't know if that's going to be enough to get it done. Very patient with the explosion for Drake. That's going to also take out the Bliss. So 2 times in one game, we're going to be blowing in the nurse's face. This is like my dream game. Blowing in the nurse's face X2 is the greatest game of my life. Yeah, wow, that did very little. That T-Tar's got to have special defense investment, and it's got to be a bulky Gar as well for the Thunderbolt to be rolling off with that little amount of damage. 25 and 26%, that is just not all that exciting. And there's a huge crunch that the Gengar lives, so I mean, again, that's got to be a bulky Gar to not be instantly dying to a presumably max special attack Tar via the crunch. He's going to attempt the 60-40 Hypnosis. It's going to be no bueno. There is the Pursuit knockout, and Drake is down to his last poke. It is Coon, however. If it were Swampert or Milo, he'd be dead to rights here, but Coon actually gives him a shot here. Drake might come back with Coon. Fortress coming in might be indicating that he's going to blow up on him, and Explosion plus Dugtrio might in fact be his best bet here. And Drake has no way to play around that other than getting a critical hit with Surf. Substitute is great. That'll absorb a boom. Is that in fact what's happening here? Ooh. We've got ourselves a ball game. Drake actually, I think, probably wins now. I think unless the Dugtrio gets a critical hit, Drake is actually going to steal this one, it looks like. Earthquake? Yeah, that would have killed with a crit, but it doesn't come. There's the Surf, and T-Tar's at 58%. That's going to die to a +1 Surf. This is going to be a Drake comeback. This actually turned out to be a really good game. This was really close the whole way, and it looked to me like Drake was behind for the pretty good majority of it. I have no idea why he subs here instead of just surfing. That seems very silly to me and unnecessary. But it will suffice. The crunch is not going to break the sub. Surf here will still kill. Like I said, I don't know why Drake just didn't kill him before, but he's going to take this one down. That's a nice little comeback from Drake. Was not looking good for him, and he manages to pull it out with the last poke Coon. Good stuff. Alrighty, as I said, that was probably my favorite game of all time, with 2 different instances of blowing in the nurse's face, my favorite thing. And it was also just a pretty good game. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see if I can dig up anything else, but not going to go too crazy with this, since anytime I blind lariat a ladder game, a lot of the time it's going to end up being really crappy. But we've had a couple of good ones tonight. I'll see if I can pull up 1 or 2 more, and we will call it a night. But thank you guys for watching. Rate, comment, subscribe.